What's up again, viewers? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to another episode of the People's Questions. And before I get into this very short list of questions that I got, I would first off like to congratulate the winner of last Friday's contest question, which was 90s was the best, who was able to get all three of the answers as for what were my top three favorite Bond films, which is, as of right now, are Casino Royale, GoldenEye, and Goldfinger. So congrats to you, man. And by the time this video is up, I'm probably watching Cloud Atlas, so I won't be able to pick up your card till after I get out of the movie, but I will probably send it to you sometime around 3 or 4, so do not worry, I'll send it to you directly. So congratulations, hopefully you will spend it wisely. And now to get into this Friday's contest questions. First question comes from Noah Brown, and I'm really sorry that I lost track of your question. I'm really sorry about that. And you wanted to know, what was the best Final Fantasy game to start off with? I personally think it would be best to start off with Final Fantasy VI that was on the Super Nintendo, and I know that you probably don't have a Super Nintendo, so I'll actually leave a link down below to an emulator that is easily downloadable, and the actual file of the game itself. It's really small, but it is an amazing game, has a great story. It probably has the largest cast of characters. I believe there's at least 12 or 14 characters you can play from. They're all unique, they all have special abilities. The final boss is definitely one of the most epic out of the entire series. And then afterwards, I think you should play 7, because if you have a PlayStation, then it would be easy to download a copy of it from the PlayStation Network for, I believe, $9.99. I may be wrong, but that would be like the second contender if you can't get your hands on the emulator. But definitely 6 or 7, definitely got to play this. If you still had a PlayStation 2, then I would suggest playing Final Fantasy X, because that's my personal favorite. And on to the last two questions, which came from 90s was the best. And you wanted to know, what video game protagonist do I feel fits my personality? That was a real difficult one. I tried to think of characters which kind of fit my personality, and I think I kind of fit more of a Cloud after Final Fantasy VII, because I know you guys don't really get to see it much, but I'm usually pretty down on myself, kind of because of my living situation and the fact that talking to you guys, you guys are really the only friends I do have that I can talk here. I mean, I do have friends like in other states, but the fact that they're not here, it really kind of builds on my self-esteem, and I get really depressed sometimes, although I just try to make sure you guys never see that part of me. So Cloud, I'd have to be the closest, although there's definitely a lot of differences between me and him. And your second and last question you wanted to know was, what video game antagonist do I think deserves a movie? And now this one was even harder. The only antagonist that I can think of that I would really like to see a movie of, I mean, it's kind of cold, is a strict movie on Bison. I'd like to see an origin story. Every story of Bison that I've seen, they don't really go into where he gets his psycho powers, how he built the Shadow League, if I got that right. So to see him at a beginning and to see how he got all corrupted and evil, like maybe it might be a Vader story where he wasn't always this evil. Like, why was he so obsessed with power? How did he learn why doesn't he like to do straight up fighting? He uses just his psycho powers. So I think M.Bison would be an interesting character, although they kind of tried to do it with Chun-Li, which was terribly done. I'd like to see an origin story for M.Bison with, I mean, I have to say, as a fanboyish, I would like to kind of see a story on Sephiroth, but if you've played 7 and you've seen all the stories around 7, then you pretty much can get the gist of Sephiroth's story, so that's why I wouldn't pick him. So, and with that ends all the questions for this Friday. Thank you, 90s was the best, and Noah Brown, for sending your questions. They helped me out immensely, and if any of you have any questions you would like me to answer on the next episode, please comment them down below, and I'll be sure to answer them in next Friday's question episode. And now to get on to 3TR Contest Championship. This is exclusive only to these 3 guys. It's exclusive to Zaniac, 90s was the best, and Spectral Shadow. Now, this Friday's contest question is really simple, but it's going to be really difficult because there are going to be a couple of rules that you have to follow strictly. So here's the question, quite simply. Since the beginning of 3TR, how much money have I given out through the people's questions? Quite simply. Now here are the rules. You're not to post your answers in the comments down below. You can either send them to me, to my personal PlayStation Network ID if you have it, or to my message inbox on YouTube directly. And you're only allowed to put in one answer only. Now, I will not tell you, I will not give you any clues of how the other two answered, but the winner will not be announced until next Friday. So yeah, so basically just give me whatever answer number money you think it is, and with your answer type in what type of card you want. So if you want a $50 Xbox card, type in your answer and put Xbox. If you want PlayStation, same thing, add PlayStation. Now here's why it's a little bit difficult, because if I get two answers that are the same, the first person to send it in will be the winner. So this is kind of a test of, do I really want to waste time and actually count how much, or do I want and risk having someone else not actually getting the answer, or do I want to just throw an answer out and hope for the best and hope I get lucky? So that is why it is going to be extremely hard. So remember, how much money have I given out on 3TR since the beginning? Send your answer to me, PlayStation Network, or in the inbox, and the winner will be announced next Friday, and we'll get the title of Season 2 3TR Contest Champion. If you like this video, please like, comment down below, and subscribe to keep track of me and my future videos. And like always, thank you for watching, and good luck out there.